Hello, hello. Before we get ourselves ensconced in another excellent XCOM adventure, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. And while it has been a challenging exercise to handle the deaths of two of our greatest soldiers, we know that the future is still bright, that there is still potential in this fight, and that we're going to keep on keeping on. So we will continue. It's been a long couple days. Didn't get as much sleep last night, and it's pretty late already, so hopefully we make the right decisions to avoid a third death, as I think that would be kind of crippling to our initiative. As I mentioned before, we're going to be heading to the retaliation site, and we're going to be liberating South Africa from the destruction here. As far as our crew at the time, we've got a few options. Let's see, Grenadier, Butler, sounds fine. We could switch it up if we want to. Let's just check our options here. So we've got Butler, or we've got Mancini. As far as options, we got a Corporal, we got a Squatty. Now, it's worth mentioning that we do not have Blake Baldwin on this one, as he has been tired out and his willpower is low. We want to make sure that he's rested and recharged for our next one. We also just got a few people out of the infirmary. Min-Jae Kwan's back at it. He does a fear of sectoids. As well, we have Hasegawa, who has the fear of the chosen, so it's going to be a bit harder to justify them. As well, I would say Min-Jae Kwan might be worse because we haven't upgraded our sniper rifles yet. So while I value Squad Sight quite a bit, it's just not going to be keeping up with the different other upgrades. So while we would say that like Outrider's willpower isn't as high, like 33 out of 45. She's pretty close. I guess it's like 2/3 of it counts as tired. I still want to try to rely on her for one more mission because, yeah, she's got the upgrades. We want to use it. And I think for these counter-terrorism missions, the retaliation missions, that we want to take advantage of the stealth that you get from the Reaper, the Shadow, off the bat, as well as with the active ability. Can be super helpful for scouting. Though I think we're going to be bringing in our newly nicknamed Sakura Wild Child Endo to make things happen on the field as well, and she should have the Phantom ability. So we'll keep that in mind. For right now, we're bringing in either Butler or Mancini. It really comes down to our philosophy. Do we want to try to get one of these squaddies up? Who are we bringing already? We've got one squaddie in Hasegawa. She's going to be coming for sure since we need a specialist. Outside of that, yeah, do we want a second squaddie? I think as long as the rest are, these sergeants are above, I think it actually works pretty fine. So yeah, 3 sergeants and 2 squaddies, no corporals. I think that's a pretty good mix. Definitely gives the fast track for some of these guys to learn themselves up a little bit. So yeah, we'll go that route. And see what we can do with it. We'll go ahead and unequip barracks, making sure that we're getting the best of the best. For example, for this guy, we got his mag cannon upgraded with a scope. Cool. That sounds good to me. And then I think we have some other stuff we can throw on there. So probably give him a frag grenade. Usually give him like 1 and 1. Gives them good flexibility, and the radius on those grenades is insane. So one good frag could like easily make one of the combat cycles go really smooth. Do we have an upgraded bullpup yet? Yes. So there's the Cal 7 and the Cal 15. We're running the Cal 15 now with a scope, looking good on that side as well. He's got 7 health, so I'm comfortable just giving him the frag and sticking with that. In the meantime, I think Outrider, if I could, I would equip her with the Mind Shield, since her willpower is lower. But it looks like that's not an option. Wild Child's willpower is a bit low as well. I guess she gets tired by being on the covert missions. But I could see, with her being on the front line, the Mind Shield being good on her. And that just leaves the pretty obvious move, going for the medkit on Hasegawa. So we got 3 explosives, 2 frags, 1 claymore, which I'm kind of starting to like more now that I think about the fact that you can do 2 active actions from stealth and really contribute to the mission without revealing yourself. And she's got the way to blow up like the improvised explosives, which is pretty cool too. Does she auto upgrade to her. Yeah, so she went for the Vector Rifle Temnotic with laser sight, which is awesome. And other than that, yeah, we got Magnetic Rifle here with the Advanced Stock to do some extra damage. So I feel like we're pretty well equipped. I could probably go, instead of going for the Advanced Stock, I think I can switch it up if I have another scope, which I believe I do. So we can recycle those and go, yeah, one scope onto here. And then from there, the Bullpup has a scope, I believe. And oh, it's Advanced Stock as well. That's fine. He's firing more than anybody, I'd say, so works out pretty well. And that should do it, as far as I could tell. These guys are pretty well set up for what they need to accomplish. Just kind of double checking things before I go. So I'm lacking a smoke grenade. I'm not really too big on those anyways. Well, at least I haven't been able to use them all that effectively. So I think this is a good mission. I think it is moderate difficulty. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But like overall, I feel like this team can make things happen. So hopefully they can prove us right. I guess I could have, since there's two attachment slots, I could have given one of the guys an Advanced Stock on in addition to like the scope that he already has. I don't know if that's worth the 2 seconds over here. Yeah, it just took like an hour to go back and forth. So we'll confirm that, and then we'll just switch up one of the attachments. So who is most likely to miss? The new guy, right? Is he going to be firing as much as the others, though? She's faster, so she needs less move actions to get to places. Shotgun's not likely to miss. You're either in a good spot for it or you're not. So he's got the Advanced Stock. And then I think I can... Oh, she's got the crit rifle, which is kind of cool. So what we can do with her is, I think you can do 2 attachments, as long as they're not in the same slot. So there we go. We got both the laser sight and the Advanced Stock. She's going to be doing some damage either way, which is pretty cool. She might have to reload faster. Let's see here. Clip size is 3. So yeah, she might have to reload a bit more often, but otherwise it should be good. And the shard gun, I don't know which one we're running, but we want to be running the one with the autoloader built in. So we'll do that, and that should be us ready to go. Alright, the goal is no deaths for the squad, even if that means some civilians don't make it through. It's not a sacrifice we want to make, but it's one we might have to. We need to respect what the enemy can do. That being said, we're still going to be moving pretty quickly on our first couple turns as we get into position and start scouting things out. The question is really for me, do I want to keep one character stealthed? Or do I just want to use it at an appropriate time? I guess we're going to know where the enemy is regardless because of they're attacking civilians and we see them on the map. Alright, let's make it happen. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, cool. We got 2 people concealed off the bat. That's a very long reach to the right, so it should be back against the wall here. So we're in bottom corner of a vertical diamond. Most likely going to see action this way. As far as structures, we can't really get on top of this stuff. We don't really have a sniper anyways. That would be like too focused on that anyways. So yeah, I think it makes most sense to start things off with the what's her name? The Reaper. She can move fast, and she's in concealment.
I am at your service.
So we're gonna go through here. She shouldn't be revealed for any reason, but I think this is the safest place to be just in case. She didn't see anything, so that means since we can't see them, they can't see us, we should be able to just go on out there. No problem.
On the move.
Yep.
Time to move her.
We want to make sure she's as close as possible to the action, so. Mancini is going to be a little bit behind. And that's going to mean we put this last one here. Not going to grapple round one, for sure. Okay. Oh boy. I know what that is. Alright, and they see us too. But at least they shouldn't be able to attack us on their turn. They should just get in position. So he's going to be taking heavy cover because he's smart. And he's beefy. He's got armor and everything. Oh, Susana Ilyushina. Not having a great day. Alright, and I guess it's up to us next. There we go. Alright, so let's check out what this Muton does. This is a character that was very familiar to me in XCOM 1. Especially once you started trying to play the highest difficulty, these guys started becoming terrifying. You know, on one of the medium difficulties, these guys don't really compare to the Berserker Muton. They're pretty basic compared to them. But what I would say is Mutons are a good litmus for when the game starts ramping up. When you start seeing Mutons, you know that you're going to be that the game's expecting more from you than what you would see from just like the soldiers. I mean, look at this guy. His stats are pretty insane. Like 4 to 6 damage plus 2. So he can do 8 damage to like 10% of the time, theoretically. He has 9 health and 2 armor. So these guys are hard to break. In XCOM Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within, they had a grenade they would throw at you when you were ever clumped up. And then in this game, it looks like they also have a counterattack against melee attacks and a melee attack of their own with bayonet. So they either equip a bayonet or they just already have it. Probably already have it. And that's just one of their actions is to do melee. So scary. Very scary indeed. And then we have the Stun Lancer, which can do a ranged attack, but most often we'll try to go for a stunning melee attack. Alright, so right off the bat, we have plenty of reasons to kind of try to make things happen. Remote start is not going to be enough affordable option here. Wow, that one has a radius. This gas canister is massive. Usually it's 2, but with the remote start, it's 4, which is pretty awesome. So she's concealed. She just wants to run in and go for it. And she's got that buff, this Shadow Strike, which wait, if she loses concealment, she doesn't keep that. And he's going to counterattack if I do that, and he's also got armor. So let's shred the armor first and foremost. That's the most obvious move, unless we want a flashbang. But I think this is a good flanking position for our Grenadier. Very clean position to take. And now we have a very clean shot on the Muton. Hopefully it hits. There we go. But he doesn't have shredding yet because he's a squatty. So he's getting ability points, we're making things happen, but it's not necessarily what we wanted. We're going to have to go for a grenade, I think. So only thing that we can grapple to is there, because it has to be an elevated position. This is all flat ground. And we've learned that half cover is not going to cut it most of the time, so I'm a bit wary of going anywhere out there, but it doesn't also feel like we have much of a choice if we want to get some good attacks in. So what we can do is we can throw a grenade at him. Like we can go to here, throw a grenade, and then take him out with some ranged attacks. And whatever's left over can go into the shock trooper. I don't mind that. Is there any civilians here? So if I can try to get a grenade that hits both of them, that's ideal. Which means I just need to be a little bit closer, and it looks like I can, but I might be one square off. Let's try it. This is gonna be closer for sure. Half cover is not ideal. Technically there could be stuff over there, but we didn't see them firing earlier. So yeah. Try and make it happen. Alright. So we have an option here. So he's hit with... It's interesting. So this is a hit. Does it break his cover? It looks like it. But it's hard. I might just burn his tree. Which could be sufficient. Yeah, this is probably the best way to guarantee it, right? So we'll do this. should bring this Muton very, very low. 50-50 it kills. Unless it doesn't pierce armor, but yeah, it doesn't pierce armor. But it shreds armor, which is great. So now we got a guy left at 1 health. Easy pickings. So that 3 to 5 damage, guaranteed hit because of the coming out of stealth. And is in a flanked position, but is still considered in high cover. Three to 5 damage, reduced by 1 armor. So if she hits for 3, then it doesn't count. Interesting, because the block, the armor. This guy had 1 health for some reason. I guess I was looking at bad math. Pretty clean shot on him. I think I reduced his cover. I just took it down from like high cover to low cover, which is cool. This is technically high cover, but it's flankable as well. So we'll have to be careful about that. I'm just worried about losing my concealment and then not being able to benefit from it. Because in theory I have to be on this line to be flanking. So I don't think I can flank here. So I think sword attack is the best option, but he does have a retaliation for a chance to counterattack. It doesn't really say. So I think it's still a good roll. It's a guaranteed slash because it's out of invis on Shadow Step. And then there's a 1 in 3 chance of crit, and there's a 2 in 3 chance he'll do enough damage. So I think it makes sense. Let's break concealment with Sakura Endo.
They see me.
That doesn't change the math, does it? Yeah, it is. Alright. Well, then we're gonna have to finish it off the old-fashioned way. High movement speed, we were looking at some options. I think I had a good option in mind, and now I don't know if I do. Maybe it was over here. Of course I have defense protocol if I really wanted to go that route. Oh, it'll tell if I'm flanking from here. I don't have to do the guesswork. So if I just do target preview, this is the only flanking spot. This is not going to be flanking. It'll be considered what they call good angle, but I'm not sure that's enough for what I'm trying to accomplish here. Yeah, I'm afraid of exposing myself too much by going out there. Yeah, I think I was going to try to take the tree and then hit the guy in the back there, which isn't a bad option either. I don't want to use my claymore just yet.
I will go.
So I got 74 into 63. I definitely got to kill the Muton if I get that option. And it looks like these are my last 2 characters. We decide where Hasegawa is going to go, and then see what shot she's going to be able to get out of it. Nothing's guaranteed at this point. All of our pretty well guaranteed damage is gone, and now it's all up to the RNG. So as far as angling on this Muton, it is a good angle, right? 17 and good weapon range as well. It's a decent shot to hit. Again, nothing guaranteed. And so even though she's in a really great spot to hit this guy, I'm totally comfortable with her going for that. But do I have the chance, who do I have the, I think it's on these 2. Oh, she does damage even if she misses. Yeah, she has that. So no matter what, she's going to kill him, which is great. I think it's still going to be about her taking the best shot she can. Yeah, she can kill him even if she misses. Let's go for it. Chance to reveal. Take him out. Check the reveal. Nice! We were happy about that. And then, yeah, now we could just take a long range position here.
On your order.
And Overwatch would prevent him from running in for the, well, not prevent him, but deter him from running in for the the shot on the melee here. Realistically, I don't know how much that's going to change anything, though. He has no cover right now, or it doesn't show it. Okay, 20% cover. This is still a better shot, and it's still going to do good damage, so let's go for it. Here we thought it was a good shot. Alright, so that's... Oh, melee kill on the civilian. Not that we want that, but better than us, I suppose. I'm assuming there's other alien activity elsewhere, but we do not see it right now. Alright, tree just blew up. That happens on the battlefield, I guess. Pretty clean flank here. Endo can just shotgun it down. I'm okay to make that happen, unless we want her to run and save a civilian, because she's the closest. Let's see, Mox can get there as well. But he can't get to that one. And Chini cannot get to there either. So it looks like we got to give somebody else the kill. So I'm gonna assume that it's best to give it to... He's got lots of firepower, right? 6 to 8. That's really solid. But he can't get in the flanking position in one move, like the others can. She can, but then she would reveal herself. No, she can't even get there. Not cleanly. So it might just be Wild Child's honors regardless. And even then, it's not quite certain. Alright, that's fine. Oh, she's got a flank. Okay. I think I'd rather reveal if I need to, and I can always shadow later. So I can go here, get the flank, ups a crit chance, makes us feel pretty good. 94%, 51% crit, which does a lot of bonus damage. And we get the crit. Okay, so yeah, pseudo-random distribution here. Definitely unlikely I'm going to get multiple removals from it. But like I said, Mox is in range. This could be a faceless, though. Got to be wary of that. Alright, clean. Yeah, a little dangerous here with the big ugly mugs. Let's see. I don't think there's going to be anything over there, just based on how this map is laid out. So I'm going to probably just try to be positioned for more activity this way. Cool. Alright, so not too bad so far. Is this too risky, moving up like this? It's a good tree. We like it. There's people over here that have not been attacked. So if they've not been attacked, there's no enemies, right? That's my interpretation of it. Who knows if that's accurate? Alright, so far so good. And then... Alright, there they are. Now they're gonna see us. On their turn, though. That's okay.
The target is marked. We left the flank open.
Oh no. We got some strong fellas over here. This is gonna be tough. So they're not aggroed yet, which is important. Important distinction. And we want to keep it that way. Alright, one thing I want to know about the battlefield is remote starts. There's a civilian in there, but that is a hell of an explosion that can come out of that. And then we want to know as well, we want to know grappling points. So there's obviously there. We can flashbang them to start, we can frag them to start. I think the frag would be really good. She's in a good position. Hasagawa is, yeah, full cover. This is full cover too. And then maybe somebody else can move up to that spot. Outrider cannot get there in one move. She should just go to the tree. She's also lacking ammo. But overall, I feel pretty good about that spot. I want to just test Claymore range, just to kind of get a better feel for it. I don't think I can reach them, but yeah, it's basically a grenade range. Not bad. Alright, so Mancini doesn't have to be up in the action right now. He can hit from... Actually, he does want to be a little bit closer, doesn't he? Oh, no, he can do it from here. Okay, so he can't be any closer than he already is a better way to put it. Or he can't be any further away than he already is. Even here would be too far, because that's just on the edge. So this is technically an option, but I'm curious if this is... Giving them a good angle, but high cover is probably at least the same. And it's also, like, very long range. So, I kind of think it's safe. I'm not entirely sure, though. Anyways, I do think this is a very strong way to open, so that's what we're going to do. And I think that we want to save the cover spots for the others. So that's the route we're going to go. Now, the key here, and I'm probably going to screw this up, but my key is I don't want to be aggroing this pod, so I want to be trying to play back to this area. Whether or not that will work, we'll have to see, but let's see. We cannot shoot from here. We can hit the snake. I feel like even just going here is going to aggro that pod right away. She's got some good shots. Who's the dangerous one? We got the Purifier. Oh, would that blow them all up if she hits him? That sounds fun. Let's go! What? Oh, it's a missed 2 damage, okay.
I need more ammo.
Well, she could follow it up. I should have just gone with her in the beginning. Oh well. So does he explode or not? He doesn't explode. I don't know the conditionals for him exploding. Anyway, she needs to get up. This is as good a place as ever. And that leaves Mox. We'll start him here. Heck, we could go here. Because they still... At least he has a shot here. And then we're going to look at grapple options, if there are any. Or rip saw. So that's not going to be really what we want. We do have Wrath. Okay, so we have Wrath. So that would be pulling me into melee range here, which is pretty baller. But we only have 1 action left, and that would be a very stupid way to end our turn, right? So, very cool move, and I love that it has more range. Like, Justice is not that great of range by comparison, but 5 turn cooldown, just like Justice, separately, but you can just jump to them. Instead, we're going to be taking the lame way out. We're just going to go for standard weapon attack, but it could hit. As long as we don't lean into it too much and expect too much from it. It definitely could hit. He's going to take the flank on man. Oh, he misses. 75%. We'll take it. And now we're probably going to... Oh, they're just hitting civvies. Missing civvies. Wow, and the other 2 didn't even shoot? As far as we could tell, anyways. Very interesting. So she's got to reload. And then she could consider entering stealth next turn. Do I just use the... Does this end turn? No, it doesn't. So I could use this as a movement ability, which is cool, but it seems like a waste considering it's a guarantee, a very high percentage hit. It's not a high percentage, it's 4 damage guaranteed. And it seems to be pretty equivalent hit chance to just my regular attack. Yeah, it's almost identical hit chance to a regular attack. So just the fact that it can miss is probably a good enough reason not to go ahead with it. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I want left in terms of actions to go over there. Or do I want to blow it up? Ooh, that's an interesting option. If I do the remote start, which is not available because I don't have ammo, but if I reload and then do remote start, theoretically that gives me line of sight. There was a guy that tried to climb up here, but I think he died. I'm seeing a lot of blood. Maybe that's like a medical tent, though. Yeah, I would hate to just fry one of the guys for no reason. But I know that there were shots this direction, so it totally could be he climbed over top and then died here. See that. Alright, well, Mancini needs to figure out what he's doing. He's thinking his lucky stars he's alive. This seems like a really good position to play from. So we'll move up here. And then, right now that's his only target, but if we do the reload, kind of want to see if this guy dies and then save and reload, but I think that's a little cheesy. I think we just have to accept that there are casualties of war, whether or not we intend them. And then this is just kind of cool. 12 damage if it hits anything. They were pretty close to it, and it does open up the chance to save more civilians over time. So even if there is a civilian in this truck, it gives us some good options. Right now we've spent nothing in terms of actions, we just need to position properly. So, I don't know, I'm kind of down with it. Technically you're not supposed to aggro stuff on your turn, but maybe that's when you have less actions available. And I feel like maybe I've used 1.5 out of my 10 action, or out of my 5 characters' actions, so. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see what happens, keep it interesting.
Don't get caught up.
No civilians were harmed in the exploding of this truck, but it also didn't give us an angle on these new hostiles. She's got to keep moving towards the target. So I think that would be here, but I'm also concerned that like they have like a line of sight of like one random patch of grass as she runs in. I guess if they can't see her from here, like she's only really threatening going to that to this square. If they can see there, she's screwed. Otherwise, she's fine. Gonna try it. Just set up for next round. She can actually go over this. There's a little bit of fire to worry about, but I don't think it's gonna blow up more than it already has. This would be aggroing. This should be quiet. I don't really know for sure because of the mechanics of the game, but we're gonna risk it. We're gonna take the risk. I think we're in a decent position in this game, in this map, and it looks like we're fine. So now we just have to kill this guy and position for our next assault, hoping civilians can try to scatter a little bit, and we can keep moving forward. No civvies over here. Already got the civilians over on this side, so we're just trying to save this group over here. Alright, we need somebody to do a flank kill. And Chini already kind of got an ability point from an earlier move. It has 93%. I guess whoever has the most ammo is technically the best option here. Which is, everybody's at 2, basically. Of all my available options. If they haven't moved yet, like she hasn't moved, she could reload and then shoot, instead of move and then shoot. But I think I'd rather have her in, well, not too clumped of a position.
On the move.
This also gives us some backup in case, like, something insane happens. I think since he's the furthest away from the action, he should not be the one to shoot. So let's say Hasegawa to start. And we'll go from there. There's a miss. 92%. Sometimes you miss. Sometimes you need a little redundancy, right? 95%. Let's go. Take him down. And now we can see why it's good to wait. You told him. Autoloader, nothing special, but we'll take it. And then right over here. Sounds good to me. Oh, they're in the high ground? Oh, I'm sure she's fine. You got a robot like right behind you. You're huddled in a little spot. It's a little unfortunate. Alrighty, so we have a grapple option. I think we should take it. Unless we want to move and then try to grapple there. Which seems actually better. I think we get the scatter first. We don't have any like squad sight stuff we can do with concealment, so Hasegawa takes a good spot here. Seems like a clean way to open this up. She only has 1 shot, but
I'm on it.
feeling okay about it.
Got some advent here.
Oh, they're closing in. Okay. So he can take high ground over there and shoot from above. We do not have shredder capability, so maybe he needs to use a frag on it though. So we got flashbangs, which won't work on the robots, but will work on the other two. We probably want to use a flashbang this round, I can imagine. There's showing 4 enemies on the map, and I see 3 of them right now. I don't know if that's either counting a faceless, or if that's like... I don't know if that's T's Fog of War, is basically, I guess, what I'm saying. We do have the chance to stabby stab, but again, we want to break some shield if we can. Anybody has frags? We have a claymore. Does that break? I don't think she's close enough anyways. Yeah, wouldn't be. Yeah, he already used his frag. He already used his frag. Get a little frag happy. It's okay. I mean, it made the other counters pretty clean, but now we're feeling really bad because we cannot shred this armor. So he's blocking 2 damage per bit. I'm glad we have upgraded weapons, or this guy would straight up be indestructible. Can you imagine trying to hit this guy with things that hit on a range of 3 to 4? Like, there's no way. You do 1 to 2 damage to him per shot? Absurd. And he can one-shot you on the other hand. Love it. Love, love, love it. Alright. Well, we can't just sit here. So I think taking high ground makes a lot of sense. You can always double move out if there's something crazy over there, but it looks like it's exactly what we expected it to be. And now we can either Justice... Oh, on the Stun Lancer? Interesting. And then we get free shots on him. I like it. Unless we pull him like here instead, because we moved up 1. Because Justice isn't a turn ender, right? It's not. So we can Justice him up to where we're at, then kill him, and then he can move into a good cover position.
Justice comes for all.
Whoop! And chop! Fish in a barrel. Let's go. So is there a high ground modifier for this? Let me see. What's it say? Pretty standard stuff so far. Low cover. Which apparently I pulled him behind a little brick or whatever. That's fine. We can work with it. And then technically I could then jump down to him. That would be silly. So he's only got 1 action left. I want somebody else to kill this guy. So Mancini, you're up. Let's get a little closer. Better odds. And that'll be his last shot, so lots of reloads next turn. Oh, I want him to do the flashbang, but I guess that would only hit this guy. Who just does like a run-in anyways. Trying to think of who has the best odds on this guy. 56%. Mancini's got... No, it's Mox. Mancini's got 56 as well. Okay, we'll take the shot on Hasegawa. Has she done any actions? Or yeah, she's already moved up. So we'll take her shot. And then go from there. Misses it.
Come on!
Tell me about it.
I'm out.
Take it. 71%. Less cover or something now. He takes it. He's doing great. And now that gives me the ability to move where I want to, which is probably just here. But we learned half cover is not great, so maybe he does the full retreat thing. I don't know. There's a tree right there. Yeah, if half cover doesn't mean anything, then maybe we do go ahead and just pull back to here. I don't want to lose Mr. Mox. 7 HP is probably out of his general kill range. Not even. It's still doable. What's his movement? Like 12 or something? 14. So he can absolutely just walk over here with a flank. Oof. Okay, and you can't frag him. And I'm struggling to see where I would really even want to fire from with my shotgun, other than right here.
On your order.
I'll try it. See what the range deficit is. So it's not that bad. Weapon range is actually +6 still, so this is actually an okay range. Obviously, like point blank is like anywhere around here is where I usually fire shotguns, but this is still a very acceptable range for shotguns. It drops off heavily if you're back here, so just gotta be smart about it. It's not gonna hurt too much, but 68 damage, shard. We'll take it. Could we just go for the kill?
Still holding.
I didn't think it was possible to kill this guy this turn, but I think the odds have changed a bit. The problem is, it says half cover. I guess this guy doesn't have LOS, and he's like a close range guy anyways. So Wrath is 100%. My shot is 100%. It will do sufficient damage. I'm just at slightly more risk with this last trooper. We'll go for it. I didn't realize. That shotgun's insane. Alrighty, then she's the last one. She can't, like, flashbang him, unfortunately. Yeah, this grapple ended up paying off huge. And this, for all I know, this guy's just going to hunt civilians anyways, so, like, a lot of potential for this to still work out pretty well. But I have trouble taking a deep breath when the last mission felt super clean too, and we saw what happened. So Shadow is a free move. And then she can just, like, double move behind here. I was hoping that was cover. Yeah, just double move behind some form of cover. It says 4 still. Okay, this is dead civilians. This is not number of aliens. Good to know. Is there anything else I want to scout out? I feel like maybe getting better eyes on what's going on over here would be a safer play. I mean, we could do the Overwatch thing, but she's now concealed, and that won't actually work anymore. Unless you can give... kind of wish you could give a regular non-concealed Overwatch command. But, you know, we're fine. Yeah. I think with concealment, this is relatively safe. And I just want to get more info if there's any other enemies and stuff. Oh, 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 oh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's never that easy, is it?
They move to flank this position.
So, no cover? Or she just broke the cover that I had. Okay. What's up? You just hanging out? Yep, okay. Oh, he fell. Okay. So he took 2 damage. We're not too worried about that. We got our crazy super shotgun ready to go on this faceless. This is hopefully a window of some sort. Yeah, it shows we're looking in on the barn door here. So this is high cover, but I can see my target because he's so tall. Interesting. Yeah, I guess this is a good spot as any. He's trapped in there. I'm not trapped in here. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. With some outside support coming in from Sakura, Wildchild, Endo. Ba-bam! Nobody knows what happened here, but it certainly did happen. Alright, he's got 4 health left. That's what we need to know. Wrath time.
We will changing position.
Shink. Bop.
We take from the elder stock.
And we get a rescue, we get a mutant corpse. We're happy. So from this position, what are we looking at? We're looking at this guy in high cover. He was just shooting up to high ground. This is our reload round, unfortunately. We're not going to be able to do too much. Bit dangerous to go here, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Position. Move to safety.
Rescue, rescue. Got ourselves a rescue. There's 6 remaining civilians. We're creeping around, making sure we got all the angles covered. Like I said, if anybody was here to party, they probably would have already gotten involved. What is this? 2 things over here. I wonder if they could, like, chain reaction, whatever they are. Is it just these little fuel bank thingies, or is there something else? Oh, like a barbecue pit? Yeah, it looks like a propane something or other. Ah. Oh. What the hell is this? Yes, I will improvise explosive this guy's deck. The hell? Why is that rigged? I don't... If anybody has a comment for why this is a something that needs to be started, an environmental explosive that can be remotely started. I guess there are little barrels underneath, but like, I guess they this is like a, you know, this is set up for with the little metal so they can be shooting from here, and then as they're pulling back, they can blow it up, scorch earth. I guess it can work. It can work. Well, we're definitely reloading. She's not doing anything when she's empty. And 34 might be an okay shot to try. Same thing with Mancini. He definitely didn't have a line of sight. But you can frag this guy and make him miserable. I think this is our main target at this point, so... If you can hit him with a flashbang, that would be cool. Let your ears ring. Can't be too careful. Alright. So, she could move, or she could shoot, but she can't do both. So we'll just go ahead and shoot. It's all good.
Not even close.
Baby! And then we already made one move. So we can do a second one. Not that she's been really doing anything for a bit, but it's good to make sure we got it covered. Alright, disoriented man. You got a shot? Let's see it. Oh, he just ran and hid. Perfect. And not too well, might I add. So she can get the flank, the high ground, which hopefully doesn't bring any friends.
Moving as ordered.
She's tired, but she'll get her experience. She's going to collect a bounty. Question is, do we go for the 50-50 crit, or do we soften them up a bit first? This mission's not over yet. Anybody else counts as being rescued, right? We're going to get these other 6. At least that's what I believe from our previous endeavors. Should just be this guy left. Wish I could just be like on top of whatever this is. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm not sure I got a good shot by him, but we'll try it. Yeah, 87's great. So he may just kill him outright. 50-50, same odds. So we'll just we'll flip the coin here. At least she'll get her shot in. We get him.
Death to the invaders.
Oh no, we've been revealed.
We are known to them.
Depleted.
We got friends. Another faceless? Where was he? Where's he at? Okay, so this is still the previous turn, right? Nothing has changed on that front. Where's he at? I think it's over here is kind of where we kind of had some instinct that something wasn't right. Some feelings, some spidey sense, some inklings. Alright, Mancini. I don't think cover matters as much. I think they're exclusively melee. But yeah. Let's head this way. There it is. So let's see what they got. 10 health, 14 mobility. Damage is not applicable. He recovers 2 health at the start of each of its turn. He has Scything Claws. The shape-changing abilities of a Faceless permit it to grow giant claws that can strike enemies from several meters away. It's like a big cleave arc. And they won't tell me the damage because he doesn't have a basic attack. Whatever. Turn him into jello. So it's the time we finally break cover. We're not going to see him either way, so... What do we think 14 squares is? Ballparking. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in here. Somewhere in this area. Somewhere by this, between this log and this truck. So just don't get too close. This should be fine, right? But he's coming to us, right? He's not just going to sit there and take it. So let's just set up over here.
Get it done.
Should he get 2 actions? That's cool. Oh no, there's a civilian. Oh, that'd be terrifying. You were just talking to Paul over there. You're just like, dude, last night this was crazy. And then aliens start invading. You're like, oh, well, come over here, Paul. We're gonna huddle up. We're gonna make it. And then it's just Paul just stands up tall. Explain some of the awkward conversations you were having earlier. Explains why he wasn't as interested in your Bitcoin investment as you expected. Alright, where can I take a shot? Where can I get a shot? There's gotta be some weapon range. Okay, so this is weapon range. This is where we see the weakness of the shotgun. Is there anybody else that can get there? It's literally these two, and one's already... Okay. Well, we try to save poor Jimbo. 67? I don't hate it. Take the shot. Alright, that's fair.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah. We'll get there.
I will move.
And that's it. 2 HP regen and poor little... Okay, we're good, we're good. He's too aggro. He actually cares about his friend, that's it. The double move. Okay, we should be fine. Who wants to take it? We want to get Endo all the experience in the world, turned into a super soldier, so... Here you go. Beautiful.
Target eliminated.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. We're not picking up any additional contacts. The AO is clear. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Alright. 9 out of 13 civilians rescued. Not bad at all. 4 out of 13. Acceptable losses. 1 soldier wounded for 2 damage. Gotta say this one was clean. We don't want to call it till it's over, but we felt good about this one. Close range. Says they're promoted. I don't actually read into this too much because I think it's been wrong a couple times, but tiles moved 107, damage dealt 21. I think she's our top damage dealer, but never mind. Mancini killing it, 4 for 4. Blasting. Not bad at all, kid. And then our Reaper kind of just, you know, hung out. Very sneaky. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. I like that one. A nice mission indeed. And a good place to end on. We will do the prep work for our next mission. Once we set our next target in sights, we will call it a night. Maybe play that one a little slowly, but we've seen what can happen if we don't, so we're gonna try to keep our boys alive. And the ladies are carrying. Alright, resist that Xenos. There's a guy named Xenos, resist him. Sky Ranger.
As long as there's even one Reaper left standing.
Oh, 2 promotions. 8-day wound. Seems reasonable. And we get a little bit of connection between some of our soldiers. Alright, Hasegawa. We got medical protocol, so I'm a big fan of. And combat protocol, which I've heard is not too bad either. So once we get a training center, then we get to see what that's all about. But that would be cool to get something on Hasegawa early if it's beneficial. We use this XCOM AP apparently. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they use her personal AP. I really don't know. Or maybe both. I think this is like the shared pool, and then they also have individual AP they can use towards stuff. That would make sense to me, since this doesn't cost any ability points. Unless you're like dual specking. Jolt, guaranteed damage, which is increased against robotic enemies. I do hate those mechs. But is it worth not being able to stabilize or medkit somebody just because they're at long distances? Nah, we'll just go for shredders, and we'll go medical. That's my preference. Alright, this is the first time we've seen Lieutenant. Claymore does more damage, so we skip this. Blood Trail we could go back for still. If they've been wounded this turn, +1 damage. Hollow targeting as well. So after you target an enemy, if she like opens, for example, she gives +15 to everybody in terms of targeting. Squad Sight's an interesting option, but I don't think it works with her rifle in terms of how far away. Like the weapon distance modifier will hurt her quite a bit, so I don't, compared to a sharpshooter, I don't value it that much. Additional utility slot, I probably will go for this, because that's cool. Tactical rigging. Provided the soldier's armor does not already provide one. I no longer like this. I think that everybody's going to be wearing Predator armor, right? I actually don't know how the armor scales, but I know that Predator armor gives you +1 slot. There's like different kinds. There's like a grapple one and stuff like that. In Shadow, +2 armor piercing. Kill with a Claymore puts the Reaper into Shadow. Kills with the Vector Rifle do not increase the Reaper's chance to break out of Shadow, but the chance to reveal still does occur. So basically, in that case, it's still 50% each time. Which isn't that much different. Taking a 50 and then an 80 and then a whatever. I still think, like, if you've taken 2 Vector shots... Oh, and it has to be with a kill, too. So not only does she have to kill the target, but you still have a 50-50 shot of revealing. And then the next time you still have a 50-50 chance of revealing. So the fact that you have to rely on a 1 in 4 shot for this to even matter at all, and that's only if you get 1 kill in your first shot, I don't think this has much value. Maybe against the Lost, but even then. When I shoot out of Invis, I just assume I'm going to be out of Invis. And if I don't, it's like a bonus. But like pushing it harder like that, it just doesn't make sense to me. Which makes me wonder what I really want to do. Hollow targeting sounds okay. She's got 21. So I really can only go for 1 significant skill up. +2 armor piercing. It's not bad. Good against the Chosen. If, what's-her-face has armor, the Wraithblade, and she does the bonus damage regardless, it's pretty sick. But again, it's only going to really happen twice. Kill with the Claymore plus the Reaper into Shadow. Ideally, you're activating the Claymore out of Shadow anyway, while you're in Shadow anyways. Yeah, all in all, I kind of want to just go back for hollow targeting. Maybe that's silly, but I don't necessarily... I'm sure the late game stuff is good, but this kind of mid-game build stuff is not that big deal. Except for this. Never mind. Target definition is like worth 3 tiers. This thing is insane. Yeah, because that like changes a lot. Is it going to continue to tell me to do this stuff? I don't like that. But whatever. Alright, so we're getting tired out. She's low on energy. He's wounded. We're going to have to change things up a little bit. Check out the bond mates. Cohesion is very high with Mox, so the next time they get to pair up, it should be a pretty good time. Low compatibility with Outrider. Asagawa's starting to develop some bonds. Outrider was very friendly with one of our soldiers, but they unfortunately died, leaving us with what we have now. Not too much. Not too much. She'll never love again. Mancini! Everybody likes him. This guy's cool. This guy's on a fast track. Alright, we got an autoloader, Muton Corpse, a mech wreck, 2 faceless corpses. This means we can start doing faceless research and get our first decoy, which is apparently the most OP secondary or utility item you can get. So pretty cool. And you know, we rescued 9 people. Not too shabby. Continue.
Effort, Commander.
27 supplies, 3 for each. Love it.
You have exceeded them.
Thank you, sir. I don't think I need to worry about any of this. We can just head on up. We're working here to the bridge. Overgrown checkpoint. So how did the guys in South Africa know about this? It's literally on the opposite side of the continent. Like, you think I'm like chilling in California and I'm like, yeah, there's this thing in Boston if you want to check it out. Like, what? Nah, dude. I'm like, if I'm resistance here, I'm like, I'm worried. I know maybe about Madagascar. I got that covered. But like, past this line, I'm just like, there's a world out there? I'm a little focused, bud. Hey guys, Blaze from the future here, and looking over at the video at the end of the recording, it really felt like this one dragged on a little bit. We have a full hour of recording left where there's no mission action. There's a lot of stuff at the end of the month. There's a lot of stuff in between as far as getting new recruits, doing covert operations, but you know, the meat of the game is still the missions, and I feel like it would be a bit silly to upload a 2-hour video where half of it is just filler. So yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and voice over a little bit and just speed this up. Of course, if you want to slow it down on the YouTube side, that's an option as well to see kind of the decision making there. But yeah, I just didn't want to make everybody sit through just a whole droning of me at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, very tired, trying to like micromanage some decisions. And most of the decisions are pretty simplistic, like the workshop management, the engineering, covert operations. All of this is kind of microscopic compared to just individual tactical play, but still can be pretty impactful. And that's kind of the problem, is that I don't know the systems well enough. If this was my 3rd playthrough, I think I would be breezing and I'd just be like, okay, this guy goes on covert ops, cool, 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 moving on. But because there's so much I'm trying to infer from knowledge I don't currently have, and I don't want to spoil too much by just reading every Wikipedia article about it, the result is that I'm, you know, thinking a little bit too hard about some of these decisions. So you'll see that in the background here. I'm trying to get new recruits. Right now I'm actually trying to get custom characters into the game. I made some custom characters in the background and thought that they would be in the recruitment pool. They weren't available for recruitment, they weren't in the rumor, but I have found a way since then to get them in, so hopefully we can see them in action in the near future. But in the meantime, yeah, like I said, no mission action. We're just scanning. We're just doing some stuff on the bridge here. So right now, going through covert actions, we have access to the Templar. We have the opportunity to scout out the Chosen, and my new goal is really to try to take this Chosen down before she gets too problematic. You know, every month or throughout the course of a month, she's escalating the negative impact she has on your campaign. She's hunting you down. You don't want that. So my goal is I want to get one of these Chosen out of the picture. I mean, the Warlock would be sublime, but I'm imagining he's a little bit out of reach right now, and he hasn't progressed as far as this Assassin has. And also, of course, puts some risk into the missions. I guess there's a reward, potentially like a weapon at the end, maybe for a Ranger, but that's not really my priority. It's more just neutralizing these threats so I can kind of focus on my actual goals. Yeah, more recruit action. But another thing that ends up happening, we're, you know, kind of bracing ourselves for the UFO attack. We knew that dark event was from the previous month. We assumed that there's a good chance of us getting intercepted and having to combat that thing here. So everything I'm doing is kind of evaluating my resources, my intel, my supplies, my individual needs in order to get the preparation for that, because that can be lethal, like straight up. So yeah, yeah, trying to figure out these items, what's worth selling, what's worth buying, trying to predict what intel cost will be for the satellite uplinks, or that's XCOM 1. They're not called that, they're contacts. So trying to predict how the intel cost of the contacts and the relays and all that stuff. in the future when I don't even have access to them right now, and then trying to evaluate the value of the black market based on that. I think I still have the discount at this point, so I'm like, okay, I might as well make the use of the discount. And I think I bought out most of the shop there, which is, you know, pretty good overall, because we did get a lot of intel from all the various things, the rumors, the mission rewards, all that stuff. So now we go ahead and train up some of our rookies, look at the memorial, and kind of reflect a little bit on our past missions. Yeah, what do we learn from these? That's kind of the important thing. Gamede, I learned not to misclick the ground after fighting the Chosen for like 10 rounds, so that you feel bad about reloading. For Davis, I think we learned that it's very important to medkit heal or withdraw when you need to play a defensive position. There's also, like, if we rewind the tape, like 2 rounds earlier, we could have like gone into a really good high ground position in this weird like subway spot, but just not seeing that, it wasn't really a decision, it was just not really seeing it. Borders, we have learned the value of high cover over low cover, and the value of keeping a squad-sided sniper as far away from the action as possible to really play into his skill set, which would have been like down the alley instead of at the edge of the wall. Now we're kind of heading into the end of the month cycle where we have all these little things popping up, all these little systems really coming together and kind of giving you this broader shaping of the world. The Chosen accelerating their things, the dark events, knowing all the bad things that are about to happen, and really setting up the stakes for that. We end up getting dark events that are very similar in options to what we got the previous month, so we're going to go with the same option of just taking down the hidden event regardless and keeping the intel for potentially the extra contacts here in the near future. Now we're going to go ahead and look at our options for the covert orders. I think we end up going with the bonus shred, but yeah, it's kind of remains to be seen whether that's going to be a better option compared to infiltrate. It's like a combat advantage, but there's a tactical advantage just being able to play at the right pace. Yeah, we're just going to keep on maneuvering around, and as these pop-ups keep on creeping up. With the DLC, it really did add just another layer of things that'll happen, which is cool because there's more stuff you can control out of the actual set of the game, but I don't think it's the most engaging thing to see me deliberate over for like a straight hour, so that's why I'm doing this. Medium. Oh yeah, I always looked at my friendships, my close partnerships, the most important people in my lives, and I'm like, you know what? I would really love to have a medium relationship with you. Without all the information up front, and it's definitely proven taxing to just figure out, like, evaluate what is actually important, what is going to be most effective. Some of these things seem like they're extremely great, some things not so much, and here's me talking about one of those. I will put these guys on a mission, they're going to finish the mission, then it's going to pop up a breakthrough tech. I'm going to put scientists on the breakthrough tech, and then I'm going to get that, and all that will then just hand me like $50. That doesn't feel necessary. Yeah, so it's a lot of bits like that, along with stuff like considering the different options you can send on a covert action that has no risks whatsoever for an extended period of time, just based off of like a minor bonus or things like that. So it was a long night, but getting through it, we do end up choosing Templar. We recognize that we can bring in the Lieutenant to hunt the Chosen in the second act of the covert actions once she's rested up in 3 days. So we just do a quick 5-day mission to get her going. And then we get our armor upgrade, which we've been long awaiting. So this unlocks the Predator armor along with the opportunity for us to research Spider armor and heavy armor. And we're very excited about that. Obviously, huge survivability increase that we've been long awaiting. Getting the magnetic weapons online, the Predator armor online. Now we really finally feel like we're getting into a point where we're in control of the game. We can kind of make things happen. Obviously, it still comes down to tactics. It still comes down to a lot of factors, but being able to bring in 2 utility items per soldier, extra health, like, we're feeling good. At least we are until we find out what they cost. Okay, so we need 20 alloys, 6 Avid Trooper corpses. We haven't sold any, so we just need to kill more Avid Troopers. And we have the supplies for it. So, imperative we get this as soon as possible. Just kill Avid Troopers. I think even blowing them up works. I'm surprised I don't have 6 already, to be honest. Because I've not sold any. I made sure of that. But here's the alloys we need. Let's go ahead and take care of that. And, let's see, supplies. Expires in 8 days. Expires in 6 days. Yeah, we can't really waste too much more time finishing this up. Once I get Predator armor, I think I'll kind of hit my stride in this game. Like, I feel much more confident. I've been kind of trying to rush these techs out. Oh no. I thought it was off the map. Well, I guess I know what our next mission might be. 942 miles. I feel like that's a decent distance, but maybe I don't have context here. It'll be here in like 2 hours. 1 hour and 23 minutes? Okay.
Setting course for the East African sector.
Get out of there! Get to the chopper! Did it work? Holy crap. Alright, so the UFO encounter does not occur. That dark event didn't end up meaning anything too drastic. So yeah, we kind of plan out our things. We put our workshop down in the middle. We say, okay, what do we want adjacent to the workshop? And it's going to be, I think, another power coil here. There's something I read online is that the power coils down in the corner can do one of two things. Either they'll boost a power relay, or they'll make a building free. And apparently a couple of the buildings are just so expensive that you might as well just put them down there. And that allows me to access the power relay earlier and do some upgrades. Upgrade some of the buildings I already have. But in the meantime, yeah, we're just saying, okay, we got gremlins. How do we want to use them? Where do we want to put them? What's the build time reduction? Stuff like that. Chosen Retribution reduces the income in South Africa. And yeah, we're just trying to deal with all these little pop-ups. It's actually kind of insane how quickly all this stuff accumulates. We go for our Muton Autopsy, which will allow us to get the Mimic Beacon, which is apparently really strong. So we're excited about that, and starting to consider our future research projects, and also reflecting on how effective ours has been up to this point. It's like a way to gate it, so you can't just like buy the Predator armor off the bat. But that actually feels worse, right? Because like, I had a 50-50 shot of just choosing Predator armor path over magnetic weapons path, and now I'm realizing that if I had done that, there would be like literally in-game weeks that I wouldn't have had Predator armor because I just didn't have enough corpses, which is pretty silly. The fact that you don't know this up front is the silly part. Not being able to rush something like that because of resources makes sense. It's just I'd rather know that before I spend like 20 days of research time on it. All right, we got some Templars, Casa de Templare. We get to chat with them.
This is where the Templar faction maintains their headquarters. I'll admit they can be a bit extreme when it comes to psionics, but so far they seem loyal to our cause. We can scan at this location to gain additional support from their people.
My people understand the value of our cooperation, Commander. The Elders see us as nothing more than raw materials for their design. We will take back our power and turn it against them. Oh, Commander, it's about time we spoke, don't you think? I'm Geist, leader of the Templar Order, but I'm sure you already knew that. Stories of me tend to spread far and wide. You are welcome here any time, Commander, for among all others of your kind, you alone know the true power of the Elders. You have touched their minds, you have heard their voice, and surely you know that they must fall. On behalf of all Templars, I humbly offer our services towards their demise. Together, we shall be unstoppable.
He seems friendly. Alright, home stretch. So we do a little bit of soldier management here with our newly promoted soldiers that were on the Covert Ops mission, and now we're looking at through some of our options here. Finally decide to spend some of those ability points from the skirmisher and get a cool little ability there with his basically free action as an attack, which is exciting. We'll have to see what we can do with that. But yeah, as a whole, this is just going to be a sequence of me overly deliberating, coming to the end of my broadcast day. I am just tired, can barely think straight, and I'm starting to feel that way again, just editing this and watching it all the way through multiple times. But yeah, we'll go ahead and just fast forward through some of the footage of us looking at the upcoming covert actions and call it a night. But yeah, this is going to be us setting up for the final act of The Chosen, revealing the assassin and her location, though it does come with the threat of an ambush, so we had to kind of prepare the soldiers' loadouts and everything that goes along with that. But we still need to balance how many soldiers we leave at home, because we don't want to overinvest in something that might not even happen. And I was thinking about medkit, but I actually want nanoscale to give 6 health. I think 6 health is a good minimum to work with here. So probably overthought this, and it won't matter at all, but I'm going to send these out for 7 days and hope it's not the stupidest mistake. And at this point, all that's left there to do is to deliberate over the different guerrilla missions that we can choose from for our next episode, and look at the different difficulties and rewards and sit reps and etc. I probably actually would have gone to the one that's in the northeast here with the sharpshooter reward, except for the fact that in bold print, all caps, it says difficult, and we just sent out 2 of our strongest soldiers. So we ended up just opting for the one in the west here. Operation Demon Gods, recovering an item from Resistance Haven and getting some intel. Potentially facing off against the none other than Thal Rai Madron the Light Eater. Next time on Dragon Ball X. Have a good night.